Hey everybody, welcome in. I'm Tyler Waldrop here with Andrew Bone today to discuss the Crimson Tide Daily Recruiting Nugget. Today we're talking about three-star tight end Robbie Ouzts. Hopefully I said that right, from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Bone, what can you tell us about him?
Yeah, I'm not real sure exactly how to say it. I've been saying oot, so I don't know. But one of those is probably correct. So we can just go with that. But yeah, Robbie Ouzts, he's a 6'3", about 245-pound tight end out of Rock Hill. Pretty close by to Columbia, South Carolina, a little bit more closer than Tuscaloosa. So a lot of people are thinking that he's probably going to end up at South Carolina. He's been to South Carolina on a few visits. Now, he has not visited Alabama yet, so that's kind of the little clog that may be there for Alabama. They got to get him on campus for a visit. But as of right now, they're in his top 8. I think they've done a really good job recruiting him thus far. He's already had some conversations with the new strength staff, which I think is very key. And Alabama's really trying to find a tight end in this class, and not really sure who that's going to be right now. We've seen some other tight end targets commit elsewhere. Some other tight ends that they've been recruiting, probably leaning elsewhere right now. So they really are focusing in on Robbie Ouzts a good bit right now and trying to get him on campus, hopefully in the fall. And hopefully he'll wait it out. Hopefully he'll wait until until a little bit closer to signing day to make a decision, so that he can visit Alabama and make a better informed, or not necessarily a better informed decision, but I guess a little bit more educated decision in terms of at least going to these schools and visiting them. And I think with Alabama, though, they've got the right guys kind of leading the charge there. Charles Kelly, Alabama defensive backs coach, who does a great job as a recruiter. He's probably one of the best recruiters on the staff right now. And then you also have Jeff Banks, who's another elite recruiter. So two guys, really heavily recruiting him right now for the Crimson Tide. So we'll see what happens. But tight end, big position of need in this recruiting class.
Yeah, Bone, you say it's a big position of need in this recruiting class. It's kind of just a big position of need in general. Alabama's kind of still looking for a tight end to step up on the team. We saw last year that the offense didn't really need one, and that was good because the team didn't really have one they could rely on dependably for the whole year. Do you think that helps Alabama?
Yeah, I think, especially after last year, Alabama was trying to sign 2 tight ends in last year's class. They signed one in Caden Clark, but they ended up bringing in a graduate transfer in Carl Tucker. Now he's only going to have one. Carl Tucker is only going to have 1 year in Tuscaloosa. So, who's going to be the next guy? Who's going to be the next guy to step up? And there's certainly going to be some playing time available. And I think that Robbie Ouzts is, in my opinion, the best chance Alabama has right now. Now, there may be some guys that end up getting offered down the road, or maybe somebody becomes, a bigger priority. We'll have to just kind of wait and see. But, you look at some of these other tight ends that are out there that Alabama's recruited so far. Jermaine Terry committed to Cal. Now, maybe he ends up visiting Alabama again. Elijah Arroyo committed to Miami. Maybe he ends up taking a visit to Tuscaloosa again. And, we kind of talked about how this might be one of those years where we see more decommitments than ever before because so many kids are making decisions, not taking, a ton of visits because of the COVID, virus. And, we may see a lot of kids visit schools, take official visits in the fall and potentially flip. So you never know if you may see a flip candidate coming down the road. But, Thomas Fidone out of Iowa, he was a guy that Alabama's heavily recruited. He just named a top 6 the other day. Didn't include Alabama. Hudson Wolf has visited Alabama several times, but, not really getting a good sense that he's going to end up at Alabama. So Robbie Ouzts, certainly a guy that Alabama has recruited for a long period of time now. We didn't really talk about him a ton, up until about a month or 2 ago, but Alabama had been in touch with him for a good while before that. And, just, one of those guys we learn about, a little bit further down the road. But I think, Alabama's got a chance with him. As long as they can get him on campus for a visit before he makes the decision, they're going to have a good chance, to land his commitment, especially with it being such an important position of need for them.
That's interesting. So, obviously you mentioned Alabama really wanted to get 2 tight ends in the last class, didn't do that. Is there a chance that the Crimson Tide assuming they get a commitment from a guy like Ouzts, Is there a chance the Crimson Tide tries to double dip it and get to this class to make up for that? Or do you think with all the other needs this time around, Alabama's probably just looking at one guy, especially since the other guys have committed?
Yeah, well, it depends on who it is. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they have it on their recruiting board. Absolute must get 2 tight ends. I
Mm-hmm.
think if they absolutely have to get one, and that's kind of the goal right now is to get one commitment. Now, if they can potentially flip somebody down the road, or somebody maybe emerges, after their senior season, maybe they end up taking 2 tight ends. But as of right now, main focus is just trying to get one.
Yeah, and this is not a position we talk a lot about, and not a lot of not a lot of attention has been paid to tight ends in general so far throughout the recruiting season. I think that we, along with a lot of y'all at home, we kind of get sucked in. We look at the big tackles, we look at quarterbacks, we look at the receivers, and Alabama's had a lot of success with those guys, in the picture for a lot of those guys. And, I think this is Bone, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is the first position we kind of got to where we're like, we don't know who Alabama's going to get at this point.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, there's some positions that we've talked about. Not really sure what's going to happen at quarterback. Not sure what's really going to happen at running back. But those are also positions that Alabama may not sign anyone. Alabama has to sign someone at tight end this year, and we're just not exactly sure what's going to happen. And the best bet, it seems like, is a guy who's never even visited Tuscaloosa before. So it should be fun to follow tight end recruiting over the next several months.
Yeah, and if it's not fun for y'all at home, it's fun for Bone, trust me. So he will keep up with that. We will have a video when Alabama gets that tight end, whenever that is. And continue to follow us at BamaInsider.com to keep up with it. And hey, comment on the video. Do you think I said it right, or do you think Bone said it right? And if you know, let us know, because I'm dying to know how to say this guy's last name.
Hopefully Robbie will watch the video and
yeah, maybe he'll let us know.